Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt like you're the only person that's ever experienced like a certain problem or like a certain situation, or that you're the only person that's ever experienced a certain emotion? Like maybe you've said to yourself, man, no one would ever understand what I'm going through. Well, let me assure you, that's just simply not true. Anything you're feeling, someone else somewhere has felt that before. And any situation that you're going through, pretty much guaranteed somebody somewhere has been through a similar situation before. And this brings us to one of the most powerful truths. It's called the universal law of divine oneness. So this law states that everything in the universe is interconnected. It's the idea that all people, energy, thoughts, emotions, we're all connected in this web, in this collective web. And so, much like the butterfly effect, the law of divine oneness works in a similar way. Like some small, seemingly insignificant action, it ripples out and has an effect on things around us. One of the ways that you can look at this law working. So let's take someone who gets into an argument with their spouse at breakfast. Okay, so let's call this dude Tim. So Tim gets into an argument with his wife at breakfast, and so he walks out the door to go to work and he's angry. Well, Joe pulls out in front of Tim. Joe's having a good morning. Joe started off his morning great. He's having a great morning. Well, he pulls out in front of Tim on the highway, and Tim flips him off. Tim cusses him out. So Tim's negative energy has now transferred to Joe, right? And Joe is now in a bad mood because he just got cussed out by this stranger Tim on the highway. Joe gets to work, and now he's going to be rude to his coworkers because Tim has now put him in a bad mood. And so Joe gets to work, and Joe's now in a bad mood, and now his bad mood is going to rub off on people that he works with. This is the interconnectivity of the law of divine oneness. Everything is connected, right? So now we look back to what started Joe's bad day was an argument that this Tim fella had with his wife at home. These two people don't know each other. So now the people that Joe has negatively affected throughout his day was actually caused by the argument that the Tim dude had that morning. This shows that everything is interconnected. But the beautiful thing is, on the flip side of that, imagine somebody is having a bad day. Imagine somebody that's having a bad morning is stopping and they're going to get gas. Now, this other person who's having an amazing day shows up to the gas station while this person's pumping gas who's in a bad mood, but this person's in a good mood and compliments the person in the bad mood or smiles at the person in the bad mood. Now the person that was in the bad mood is going to be in a good mood, all because this stranger smiled at them or gave them a compliment. Again, this is how we are all connected, and this is how the actions that we take ripple throughout the universe and either positively or negatively affect the people around us. And so now that person goes throughout their day spreading more happiness and joy and positivity because the stranger complimented them and made them feel good about themselves. And they're going to go and transfer that energy to other people. And then it's just like a spider web that all originated from the one person complimenting the other person. And now 6 people deep throughout the day are positively influenced, all because one person chose to compliment a stranger. Now, when you understand that we are all connected, it helps you to become conscious of your words and your actions, or at least you should, because your words and your actions don't just affect the people right in your space, right in your area, right around you. It affects everybody that they're going to interact with, and then they're going to interact with. It all starts with us. So if we can be conscious enough to try to maintain a positive mindset, try to live consciously enough to compliment somebody if we like the hat that they're wearing or the shoes that they got on or whatever, because you're not just complimenting that person, you're ultimately going to eventually change the trajectory of someone's day that you ain't even going to see that day, all because you chose to speak kindly to somebody when it was put on your heart to do so. So here are a couple of different ways that we can become conscious of to kind of, spread this and use the law of divine oneness to improve people around us. Number one is you want to be conscious of your energy. What kind of energy are you putting out? Are you happy? Are you positive? Are you negative? Are you stressed? What kind of energy are you putting out? Because that's the kind of energy that you're going to draw back to you. Just try to strive to add positivity and joy and love and light to the collective web rather than negativity or anger or resentment or whatever. You got to realize that even small positive actions can make a massive difference. Number two that you want to try to do is you want to try to practice empathy. Next time you're hurt or get mad at somebody, try to look at their perspective. What happened with them that made them lash out? Or what happened with them that made them speak harshly to you? Because more times than not, it's not about you. More times than not, it's about whatever they have going on. And we just get offended by it. We just get hurt by it. We don't have to. If we can turn it around and look like, oh, okay, he had an argument with his wife this morning. That's why he flipped me off in traffic. It's got nothing to do with me. I just happened to be there. It has everything to do with the fact that he got into a fight this morning over bacon. But it doesn't mean tolerating toxicity. It doesn't mean tolerating somebody just treating you like shit. But it does mean try to see things from their perspective and responding with understanding instead of judgment. The other thing you can do is to serve others. Whenever someone's talking to you, just listen. So often we listen just waiting for our turn to talk. We're not really listening. We're just planning on what we're going to say when they shut up. But I challenge you, just listen intently to what someone's talking about. Listen and pay attention and be empathetic to what they're talking about. Give them the time that they deserve, just like you deserve time whenever you're trying to talk to someone else. You don't want them distracted or just waiting to cut you off or just waiting for their turn to talk. You want someone to listen intently. So do that for other people. Or, offer a kind word to somebody, a compliment to somebody. Be there for somebody. Lift somebody up if they're feeling down. There's so many things that we can do to create this web of positivity for people. The law of divine oneness really shows us that we're all in this together. If you zoom all the way out on the earth, it's just a bunch of folks on this big old globe. On this globe. But anyway, it's just a whole bunch of us on this globe together, right? We all need to try to figure out how we can live together and get along because we're all connected. And when we take steps to ease the burden of someone else or brighten their day, it really helps the collective. It really uplifts the collective. So be mindful of your thoughts. Be mindful of the energy that you're projecting, the things that you're saying. Be mindful of how you're treating other people. If you're in a bad mood, don't let that bleed onto other people. Certainly, some days it just does and we can't help it. But try to become conscious so that if you bleed onto one person, you don't bleed onto three. Or if you do bleed onto one person, be sure to go catch yourself and apologize at some point and let them understand, hey, this isn't about you. This is about me and the fact that I got into an argument this morning or whatever the case may be. And just treat other people the way that you want to be treated. A lot of this is unintentional. We just are in a bad mood, and so we treat people like shit. Let's be conscious of that. Everyone has struggles, and their struggles might be very similar to yours. So just understand that. Again, we're all connected in this large collective web, and we all go through the same things. We all feel the same emotions and the same fears and things like that. So just offer some grace to people as you go throughout your day. This is the benefit of the law of divine oneness. This is, why we are all connected, because we can collectively lift each other up, or we can collectively beat each other down. By being conscious of our actions and conscious of our words, we're benefiting the collective. And it not only benefits and helps our life, but it creates a ripple for the benefit of the world as a whole. So as you go through the day, remember, we're all in this together. Your energy matters. Be conscious of the words that you speak. Be conscious of the energy that you have. Your actions matter, and your kindness, it makes a difference. So That's it. That's the universal law number one, the universal law of divine oneness. Have a great day.